Yo, hey guys, I hope you're crushing it today. So, I've been working on something super exciting lately, and I just had to share it with you. Now, if you're running an agency or a coaching business and you're struggling with finding leads or getting your DMs open on Instagram, you're definitely going to want to stick around because I'm going to walk you through a powerful outreach strategy that will skyrocket your conversion rates and also get more prospects onto your sales call. We're going to dive into the exact process of finding leads on Instagram and in Facebook groups, sliding into the DMs the right way, and nurturing them through a value driven system that gets results. Just imagine this, going from barely even getting a glance to 90 to 120 booked appointments in the next 30 days. Sounds good, right? I stick with me if you want to know the secret sauce. Alright, let's first start with Instagram. First things first, we're not just gonna random DM people. That's really amateur. What we're gonna do is target the followers of big influencers in our niche, because these influencers have already tens of thousands of followers, the ones who have already attracted the exact kind of audience you want to get in front. Because why try to reinvent the wheel when these influencers have already gathered your potential clients in one place? Let's say, for example, you're in a real estate lead gen agency. You want to target popular realtors like Grant Cardone, or pages that focus heavily on real estate, because these pages have already done the heavy lifting by building a community that's interested in the same thing you offer. You're essentially just plugging yourself into a ready-made audience that's right for outreach. I'm going to show you guys an example. For example, this page here, Real Estate Human Actually Agents. This is a page with 200,000 followers. And who's going to follow this page? Only people that are interested in real estate, right? Only realtors, real estate agents, those type of people. For example, this post here, if you click on it and you look at the comments, let's say this one here, or this person, Toronto Realtor, real estate. Also, not sure about that person, but you get it, Most of these people are into real estate or are realtors. And all these people that commented aren't just passive followers. These are all people showing interest, they're interacting, and that means they already invested in niche. In other words, they're warm leads. So instead of cold outreach to a random list of names, you're targeting people who have essentially raised their hands and say, hey, I'm interested in your offer. Now, what you can do is scroll for hours and manually picking them one by one, but we're smarter than that, right? We're all about working efficiently, not just harder. So instead of wasting time and looking at all these accounts, what we're going to do is we're heading to Phantom Buster, this site here, phantombuster.com. What is Phantom Buster? It's a tool that can collect all the followers, all the comments of a certain page or post. If you go to solutions, and then for example, Instagram, you have this one here, for example, the Instagram follower collector. If you click on learn more, see that it extracts the followers of any Instagram account and scrape data from each Instagram profile into a CSV file. So what you can do is, for example, go to this page here, use Phantom Booster to get a list of 200,000 realtors. So you already have like a list of people that are interested in what you offer. So this is really handy and it saves you a lot of time. So after you got a list of the people that are warm leads, you don't just jump straight into shooting them a DM right away. Remember, you're not a bot and you don't want to come across as one either. So you have to take a moment to warm things up. For example, like the 3 latest posts, the most recent posts. And if you really want to stand out, comment something. Comment something like, hey, this looks great. I might have something that could really help you out. For example, this person here. Let's say, for example, to this one. She's into real estate in Canada. You can, for example, like these 3 latest posts, and comment something. Hey, I saw that you're a realtor. I might have something for you that could really help you out. Check your DMs. This always works wonders, and it's also friendly. It's personal, and it creates curiosity without feeling pushy. So this is just about making your presence known in a subtle but effective way. So when they see your message, when they see your name pop up multiple times, they'll be way more likely to pay attention, because when you eventually slide into DMs, they already know you. So now I'm going to show you how to find people on Facebook, how to find leads on Facebook using Facebook groups and also school. So not only Facebook, but also school. So what you first have to do is look for groups of your niche. So if you, for example, target personal trainers, so you want to look for groups of personal trainers hang out, just like this one, for example, Personal Training UK. Now, as you can see, this is a great example. Why? Because this group has over 10,000 members and it's also pretty active. So that's the key, finding an active group. You see that there was a post yesterday, 5 days ago, 4 days ago. So this is an active group and it has a lot of members. So in this group, you want to look for people that are looking for advice, or people that have a certain type of problem. And what you also need to do is start adding value so that people know you. So if you see a post, for example, like this one here, I'm a recently qualified PT coach and online coach, and to be honest, I'm struggling to get clients. This is perfect for you. If you see a post like this where someone's asking for advice on how to book more clients, you want to jump in and provide real value. Drop a valuable nugget of advice. The goal here is to just position yourself as someone who genuinely knows what they're talking about and is willing to help. This builds authority and trust, and people also naturally start engaging with you. Now, let's do the same thing in school groups. So, school, for example, in school, you can also look for groups. For example, this one here, the Realtor Round Table. It has 959 members. It's free, so you can just join this one, for example. This is a group mainly for realtors, so you can just start conversations with people in here, or look for people that have a certain type of problem, and you can present your solution to that problem. And what you can also do is use Phantom Booster to extract a list of all the members in a group. For example, this Facebook group here with more than 10,000 members, what you can do is go to Phantom Booster, go to solutions, but then instead of Instagram, you go to Facebook, and then you can click on Facebook group members export. So then you will get like a list, a CSV file of all the members in the group. So this is perfect, right? So guys, we just talked about like finding people on Instagram through big influencers, and then scraping the follows and likes with Phantom Buster, and then finding people through Facebook and school groups, joining the groups, and looking for people with a certain type of problem, and skimming it using Phantom Buster, so that you get a list of all the people. But now we're going to talk about the message you sent. Let's talk about outreach. So once you've identified potential leads, don't just spam them with a sales pitch. Start soft. Engage with their posts or comments. Shoot them a friend request. For example, this person here, they had problems. You can send this person a friend request if it makes sense. Send a personalized message that shows you've actually taken the time to know who they are. For example, hey, name. I saw you also in the same group, and I really liked your post about I'm working with a few personal coaches that have the same challenges, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Something like that. No hard selling, just a genuine connection. Trust me, this small touch can be the difference between getting ignored and also getting a response. Lastly, your follow-up game has to be strong. If they respond, don't just jump into selling mode. Share something valuable. It could be a tip, free resource, just something that shows them that you want to help them for free without looking like a sales guy. So now that you've sent this person a DM, your job is to find out more about their challenges. So we go from here, from sending a DM to finding more about their problems. You don't have to jump immediately into a pitch. Instead, just ask questions to get them to open up about the deeper issues that they're facing. You can say something like, "Hey, I'd love to know more about your current process of for attracting clients. What strategies have you been using so far?" This just opens the door for a conversation where you can identify gaps or weaknesses in their strategy, and you're here to find problems, not pitch right. We're also going to educate the prospects with the solution. Let's say with our health coach example. If they tell you that they've been relying solely on Instagram for client bookings but haven't had much success, you could respond with something like, "Hey, okay, I've seen a lot of health coaches in the same boat. What usually works is diversifying your lead sources, adding Facebook groups, YouTube channels, email funnels. I've got a couple of frameworks that have worked really well for my clients. Want me to walk you through them?" Again, you're not pushing for sales, you're just positioning yourself as a knowledgeable, helpful authority. Now, at this point, About 20 to 20% of people will express interest in going further. These are the people you want to move towards a sales call. The key is to make it feel natural. For example, if they respond positively to your suggestions, you can say something like, okay, I think this is something we could dive deeper into. How about we hop on a call and I can show you exactly how to implement this for your business? This keeps the conversation flow smooth and low pressure. So once you've got them on the sales call, you can dive even deeper, understand their goals, and ultimately present your solution in a way that aligns with what they're already struggling with. So this approach is very conversational, and since you've already added value, the call doesn't feel like a hard sell. It feels like the next logical step for them. But only 10 to 20% of people will be interested in a sales call. But what happens when they're not ready for a sales call right away? Well, this is where the next step becomes crucial. If someone isn't interested in a call, you don't just let them go. Instead, you invite them to your own Facebook group. Now, this is one of the most powerful things you can do because it keeps the prospect in your ecosystem where you can continue to nurture them over time. Now, when you invite them to join your group, don't just say, hey, join my group. You want to make sure they go through a mini qualification process. Ask them a couple simple pre-qualifying questions. And here's where you also get the email address too. Collecting the email allows you to set up a follow-up sequence. And this is key because while they might not be ready for a call right now, with a nurturing email sequence, you can keep providing value until they're all ready. So when they're inside your Facebook group, you want to position yourself as a true expert. This is where you drop lead magnets, free training, or even case studies that show the success you've helped others achieve. For example, you could post something like, hey, just help the client increase their coaching client base by 25% in 30 days. Here's how. This kind of content speaks directly to their pain points and also builds trust. While they're consuming all this value inside your Facebook group, you'll also be hitting them with a 3 to 12 email sequence filled with helpful tips, testimonials, and also steps that they can take. This email sequence keeps you top of mind and also nurtures the relationship. You have to think about it as another way to position yourself as an expert. You can share case studies, tips on scaling their health coaching business, or strategies that they can implement. The goal here is to show them that your solution works without just being pushy. So even if they didn't book a call after your first DM, now you've looped them into your own Facebook group and also email sequence. So after consuming all this value, these leads will likely circle back around, and when they do, that's when you reach out to them again. So you can send them a message like, "Hey, how's everything going? I'd love to share an updated strategy that might be a great fit for where you're at right now. Are you free to chat this week?" But by the time you send this message, they've already consumed your content, seen the value, and they're also more likely to hop on the call. That's the process. You identify the lead, you start a conversation with value, you invite them into your ecosystem, and if they're not ready to buy, you nurture them through a series of touch points, both in your group and through email. Over time, these small touch points add up, and that's how you turn leads into sales calls. So, guys, this was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want help scaling your business or your coaching business or your agency, doesn't matter what, just click here on the link under this video to book a call with me and let's see if we can help each other out.